As we start this hour, something that started a few years back, and it really has spawned some incredible stories. It started out as a Mother's Day gift called Fix Mama's Mouth, and that was an opportunity for Dr. Thomas Dudney, friend of the program, and of course the dentist to all of our families, to do some a dental makeover for a mom. And in order for your mom to be considered, you had to send us in a letter and some pictures to tell us why you thought your mom was deserving. And I'm going to tell you what, Dr. Dudney, we've seen some incredible stories over the years.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun, Rick.
I don't know that we've seen one that was any more moving than this one. The letter that was sent in by this son honoring his mother was just incredible. And what an incredible, powerful woman of God that Harriet Cornelius has always been and is to this day. And she has a family who loves her. Her husband is here with us today, Jerry. Her son, Dan, is here, who sent us the letter. And there's Harriet with her new beautiful smile.
Good morning, Harriet.
Harriet, how are you doing today?
Good. I'm doing fine. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Dr. Dudney, when you read this letter, and this is one of those things that all the training you've had to do over the years, all the money for school, all the times you've had to be away from your family to get trained to do this has to be one of those moments where all that's worthwhile.
Oh, absolutely. And, so many of these letters are great. And I've told you this time and time again, one of the toughest things to do is read these letters and try to narrow them down and just pick 3 because there's so many deserving people. But, yeah, this one was pretty easy to pick. And certainly we have no control over the final winners. It's a vote, which I think makes it fair. But we weren't unhappy, let's say, to see Harriet be the winner because we loved working with her. She's got a great family. It's a great attitude. But as far as rewarding, I've been a dentist for 34 years, and doing this type of work is as rewarding as it comes. I mean, it just makes you feel like you're doing something worthwhile, and I think for all of us, that's no matter what job you do, is certainly makes you feel better about what you do.
Bubba, look at those results.
Oh, I know. And Harriet needs to smile because she's got little dimples.
She does.
Cute. I know.
Beautiful dimples and a beautiful smile and just a lovely lady. And Dan, I know you being the son that sent in the request for her to be considered. How does this feel?
It's awesome. I mean, it's really amazing.
Yeah, you got a powerful mama there, and the story you've told us of the hardships that she's endured through her life and has remained true to her faith, and it's just an inspiration for everyone who knows you, and your husband and your son obviously are just thrilled to be able to do something to kind of say thanks for all that you've done for them and for your family. And how does it feel? How did it feel when you saw the final results?
I don't know what to say. I was just really, wow. It was great. I never thought that I could see myself looking this way, and it's a wonderful feeling to have the confidence to know that I look, my teeth look good, and I've got that beautiful smile that Dr. Dudney is so famous for, and they were just wonderful people, and I love them so much. You're just like part of the family when you go to his practice, and he's a wonderful, generous man.
Harriet, did you, when you found out you were going to be a part of this, were you nervous about the whole thing, or were you apprehensive about it, or?
I didn't know what I was getting myself into.
Because sometimes when you say dentist, that's you can be a little, oh my gosh.
Yeah, I mean the process really, it's amazing, the technology now. I mean the process. I don't want to say it's simple because there's nothing simple about it, but it's the discomfort is very minimal.
Right.
Through the whole process.
The procedures and the materials we're using are relatively new from a technology standpoint. And porcelain veneers were first done actually in the early 1980s, and so it's not been around that long of a time. The ability to bond a thin shell of porcelain to a tooth. So, but the advent of bonding to tooth structure is what allowed us to be more minimally invasive, which is great because you don't have to drill as much tooth away. And then the laboratories and the ability to make porcelain look more lifelike. And obviously, whenever we do work like this, we really need to recognize the fact that a laboratory We don't make these veneers. They're made in a laboratory in Frontier Dental Laboratories in El Dorado Hills, California. I always give a shout out to them because they're the one. It's a teamwork effort, and obviously their ability to fabricate these restorations is what is so vital and instrumental to the final success of the case.
And I mean, they're literally artists. The way they do these
absolutely.
Teeth. It's
these ceramists are extremely talented. They're like painters or sculptors, or very, very artistic. To be able to create something that looks so lifelike and real is not always easy to do. And
because we all know that every bicuspid is different.
Oh, yes.
Like a snowflake, right?
That's right. But, I'm seeing it right now with Harriet, and Bubba, you talked about this. I think a lot of times, if you don't have a situation where maybe your teeth are discolored or you've had accidents or something happen, and if you're not in that situation, sometimes you think, well, is that really that big a deal? I mean,
right.
But to watch the difference it makes every time we do this, I know you've spoke to this yourself.
Well, I mean, I was 40 years old and had to learn how to smile. I really didn't know how because it's not something. It's not that you're embarrassed, but hey, I don't have the prettiest teeth in the world, so I don't lead with a big smile. I'm going to lead with something else, and then when you can smile and hang with anybody, you go, hey, this is kind of number one.
Is that you, Harriet?
Harriet's getting a call right now. Harriet, you're on the radio, right?
Harriet, it's okay. I mean, look, if you want to take the call, you've earned it. And
smile the whole time.
Somebody's calling saying, "Hey,
Nobody
I'm
ever
listening to you."
calls me. I go,
Well, you're a star. They're going, Mom, hey, you're on the air, Harriet.
somebody said, Harriet's on Rick and Bubba. I'm on caller. I hear you, Harriet. But you're right. I've even watched people that are not comfortable with their teeth. I mean, I've seen them go as far as to put their hand up
Absolutely.
if they get tickled or something, and cover their mouth. I mean, that's how much it affects how you are socially.
Well, I've had patients tell me over the years, I've said things like, well, people think that I'm unhappy. People think that I don't care because I never smile. And he said, I'm not. It's just that I don't like to smile or I'm embarrassed to smile. And so it's really kind of sad if you think about people that don't want to smile simply because they don't like the way their teeth look. So being able to do this type of thing, again, as we said, can be tremendously rewarding.
Well, if you want to see the before and after pictures, we're showing them there on the Ustream feed, and we'll have them there on the website. It is really phenomenal. And you have a beautiful smile. Like Bubba said, you even got dimples to go with it.
Yeah, I know it.
thank you.
And you don't use them unless you really smile big. You know?
I bet people are getting tired of you smiling now, aren't they? Like, you're just one walking smile, aren't you?
Right, I really am. I had a friend one morning said, "You just looked unusually pretty in church yesterday," and I sing in the choir, and she said, "I just noticed how unusually pretty." She said, "You always look pretty, but you just look unusually pretty yesterday." And I said, "Well, friend, it must be because of my new teeth." She said, "New teeth?" And then I had to tell her the whole story. So,
Yeah.
I didn't realize that she would notice that much difference that far away, but she did. So.
And the fact that she really couldn't put her finger on what it was.
Right.
Yeah.
You know. And so
we always kind of take that as a compliment, really.
yeah, that's what I was
If
thinking.
somebody says, "Hey, you look different. Have you changed your hairstyle, or you got something different about you?" And it's their teeth. And if you look at her eyes in the before and after too, people smile with their eyes sometimes. That's something that you see. The eyes brighten up. They seem more alive, more cheerful. And I think it's an internal mechanism that when you feel good about yourself because of your smile and you're self-confident, it shows up in your whole face.
And not to mention, you get a good nap during the procedure with that gas. So that's
Look at Harriet Cornelius. There she is, this year's winner in the Mother's Day Dental Makeover. Beautiful work, Dr. Dudney and everybody who was associated with making that happen.
Go and look at these pictures today. They really are amazing.
You really need to see them there at rickandbubba.com. And nice to meet Jerry and your husband and, of course, your son, Dan. The entire Cornelius family celebrating with Harriet. We'll be right back.
Rick and Bubba.